Okay, we're really up close and personal here. It is Tuesday morning and I made it to our cabin last night or late yesterday. And so this vlog is going up a little bit later than I'd planned. So I figured I'd give you a quick recap. I did get to edit the vlog portion before sitting down, which is always what I like to do just so that I can know what's actually going on. And then so I'll walk you through the week and then sort of get into the plans for the upcoming week. So this week seemed to be kind of the week of I don't know how to call it, switcheroos. So I feel like I did a lot of knitting, a lot of sewing. I made a lot of progress toward my goals, but it was just like switching things up. So as a reminder, my goals for the past week were to finish the Wisteria Bloom socks, sew my Emerson pants, swatch for the Calm Down cardigan, choose the next colors for my blanket, and finish the body on my Relax tee. And so I was able to complete 3 of the 5. And then the other 2 kind of, I still did a lot of knitting and I still did a lot of sewing, but not on the projects that I was supposed to. So yeah, let's get right into it. I guess I will start with the spinning so far. I didn't have any like particular goals for my spinning because of course it's just more so of a daily spinning goal. And so I did manage to finish my first bobbin. And so as a reminder, this is just a merino comb top that I had in my stash since 2003 that I picked up from Susan's Fibers where I bought my spinning wheel, which is right back there. And so got a nice fat bobbin. I was able to really accomplish a lot and learn a lot, and maybe I'm thinking that I'm going to do a little like sort of Tour de Fleece recap video once this is over, so that I have like a separate video in terms of my first Tour de Fleece and everything. I did also skein up my last spin before Tour de Fleece started, and I forgot to bring it with me, but I will insert a picture, and that was the rhubarb crumble that I picked up from Amy's shop that I did a combo spin with white merino comb top. So it was the same merino comb top, but it was just the natural color, and then this is like a purpley pink color. So that is one finished project. Another finished project, or sort of one of the goals, which was the relaxed tee. I did finish the body, and I'm very close, but I finished the body and I finished the neck line. And so I did try it on my mom and it fits really well. So we are good to go. So the goal for this week for this item is to completely finish it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the sleeves. She wants the sleeves a little shorter than they're called for in pattern, so I will adjust for that. I ended up, the length of the body, she wanted it, actually ended up being the same length as the pattern length. I did knit it about 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch shorter though, because I know that this will grow lengthwise, and then she'll get the length that she wants. And so then the sleeves, for her sleeve, she wants her sleeves a little bit shorter than the pattern calls for. So I should be able to wrap this up this week really quickly. In terms of, I guess if we keep on going with the knitting, I did swatch for the Calm Down cardigan. And so as a reminder, I am using Pearl Soho Plein Air, which was gifted to me for my Calm Down cardigan for Barcelona Knits. And yeah, so my gauge is a little off. Pre-blocking, my gauge was 23 by 31, and the pattern gauge is 22 by 32. And then after blocking, I got 21 by 31. So the row gauge stayed the same. The stitch gauge bloomed a bit because I know that, so for this pattern, I'm meant to knit the 5th size based on the pattern recommendation for a 44 to 46 inch bust, and I have a 46 inch bust, and that would give me a 55 inch finished cardigan. It is meant to be oversized, but I don't like anything with that much positive ease. The most positive ease that I usually go with is 6 inches. So that puts me in the 4th size range, which is a 52 inch finished bust. But because of my gauge discrepancy, and I have a feeling that usually also once I start knitting on like sort of bigger items and I relax a little bit, my gauge might even be a tiny bit bigger. I am going to knit the 3rd size so that I get the finished measurements of the 4th size. So that's going to be the plan for this one, which also probably means I'm going to have a lot of leftover yarn, but we'll see how that goes. I didn't bring the yarn for that because I, since that's kind of a project for November, I do want to get it started this month, but it is not the priority because my cardigan for September is the priority, which is the campus cardigan, or the campus cardi, which I am running the test for Amy on right now. And so that one, you all will have seen, I think I showed it to you all last time, but I did just the ribbing last time and I didn't make any more progress on purpose because I didn't pick it up last week. And then last night when I got to the cabin, I did pick it up and I knit a couple inches. So this is kind of my progress keeper for the end of my rib. And so now I'm just knitting back and forth. So this will be fun too to have, even though it's 2 cardigans that I have going at the same time. The campus cardi is knit bottom up, and then the Calm Down cardigan is knit top down. So even though it's 2 cardigans, a lot of flat knitting, I think that it'll still keep me engaged to have both of them going, since I'll have them kind of at different spots for each. In terms of the socks, I didn't really make a lot of progress, or I made a lot of progress on the socks, but I didn't finish them, and I don't think that I showed them last time. So when I filmed last week, I was just I just picked up for the gusset. So I did manage to finish the gusset and then probably half of the foot. And so the goal for this week will actually be to finish these, hopefully. I don't know how much passenger car knitting I will have because I am up at the cabin on my own, but family is going to be in and out this week, so we might do a few things. So I might get in the car a little bit of time, so I'm hoping that I can finish those up this week. But the reason why I didn't finish this is because, as you will have seen from the vlog, I had to completely re-knit one of the sleeves on my oolong tee. Yeah, so I had knit this and then I put it away. And when I knit it, I knew the sleeves were slightly off. And so I kind of adjusted for that as I was knitting. And when I blocked it, they weren't so far off that I thought it was going to be a big deal. And then the pattern or the sweater sat for like a month because I finished mine quite a long time ago. And then I knit on Amy's. And Amy's, I did adjustments because my gauge was sort of changing. And Amy's blocked out perfectly. No need for stretching, no anything. So I'm happy there. So Amy's is like perfect. But then during our meeting the other day, I just pulled it out and I was like, one of these sleeves is not like the other. So the first sleeve, I had knit much tighter, and then the second sleeve was much looser. And so then it ended up being where the first sleeve ended up being the length that I needed it to be, but it was too tight. And then the second sleeve was too long, but it was the proper circumference. So I ended up ripping back the entire first sleeve, which was this one. And then I reset the yarn, re-knit the whole first sleeve. And then for the second sleeve, I ripped out the ribbing and then ripped back 2 inches, which took me right to the last decrease. And then I re-knit the rib. I won't go into too much detail because, again, I'm going to have a project journal for this. But the reason why I didn't finish my socks is because I knit an entire sleeve and some. So that's where kind of like the switcheroos of the project came in. And then lastly, the switcheroo of the sewing. So as I mentioned, I had wanted to sew up my Emerson pants this past week, and I did cut them out. But last minute, I decided that for the meetup that we had, I wanted to sew a pair of shorts. As I was looking for what was I looking for fabric for? I don't remember. I was looking for fabric for something. And so I went in my fabric bin, and then I remembered and saw that I had a very big remnant of Essex linen cotton from Kaufman that I had sewed my chanterelle pants and Phoebe top in for Rhinebeck 2023. And so I took it out, and I had the Flint pants in the back of my mind recently because one of my friends in like the ASM Discord group, we've become really great friends, Sarah, she has sewn up a couple of them, and one specifically in this color. And hers are full pants. And so I decided one day to wear my shorts, which actually you will have seen in the video in my spinning B-roll. It was the flower shorts. So I was wearing them, and I was like, I remembered how well they fit, and I had never actually sewn up the shorts version. I sewed up the shorts as a wearable toile. That's a cool torch cotton, just to make sure that the pattern fit, and then I sewed up the pants twice. But I never sewed the shorts view. So I did a little bit of Tetrising to see, because based on the pattern and the fact that I had 45-inch wide fabric, the pattern said I would need 2 yards, but I only had 1 yard and 5/8. And so I laid out the pattern pieces to make sure I could kind of Tetris them correctly to see if I could use up the fabric, and I did. And I actually still have like 11 inches of the fabric left. And I made shorts. I will insert pictures, but so I decided to, I essentially cut these and sewed these in the same day, and cutting for me is usually a whole day ordeal. So I usually cut one day, sew the next day, but I cut and sewed, and then I was kind of just all sewn out for the week. And then also I had the whole sleeve snafu that I needed to focus on, but I was happy I got the shorts in time for our meetup, and I ended up wearing it with my oolong tank for the meetup the day before. So that was the day before the photo shoot, which was really great. So this is getting really chatty, and I promised you guys these videos wouldn't be too long. So For this week, I will be starting my yarn jam braid, which is the second part of my spin. And so I'm gonna focus on the 1 fractal ratio. So essentially I'm gonna split it in half, and then I will focus on spinning across just the first half. And then I will decide how many times I wanna split up the second half, depending on how long my stripes are, so that I can get the nice combo spin going. So again, my goal is just to spin for like my 20 to 30 minutes a day. But I also was able to finally get a bat that I had. Roundabout way, it's from Amy's shop, but Symphony was holding on to it. And so I managed to get that while I saw Amy and Symphony this weekend. And so this is a CVM Ramadale sheep, and this sheep's name is London. And this is from Oak Creek Farm in Norwalk, Iowa. So I have this lovely bat. And so this is going to be my challenge spin this week. And so for my challenge days, I am going to start practicing my long draw. So we will see how that goes. So challenge days, and then regular days, we will start the spin. So in terms of actual kind of goals for the week, I do want to finish the relaxed tee. So again, that's just the 2 sleeves. I do want to finish the pants. They're already cut out. I do also want to finish the dress because obviously my birthday is on Saturday, so I would like to wear the dress on Saturday. I'm gonna do a scenic train ride, which I've always wanted to do and finally book some tickets for. And so then some nice to finish would be the Wisteria Bloom sock, so that I could have the whole pair finished. And then I did manage to choose the next colors for my blanket, which I just have in a little warehouse drawstring bag. These bags come in handy so well, along with some other random stuff in here. So I'll insert a picture of sort of what the colors laid out look like for the next row. But depending on how all my other knitting is going, I would like to maybe work up a couple of squares this week, because the goal is to finish the first row by the end of the month, and we have 3 weeks left in the month, and that's 8 squares. So I figured if I do like 3, 3, and 2, or 2, 3, and 3, I should be able to finish that up by the end of Vlogmas in July. So I will leave you all here. I hope that you're all having a great week so far. The weather here is going to be really up and down, so I'm hoping to get some nature footage, but we'll see how that goes. I'm also waiting for the electrician to come today, so I'm housebound today, so I should be able to get quite a bit of crafting done. I brought a lot of stuff, but my plan is not to finish everything because my plan is to be outside as much as possible. Although my freckles are freckling, because I've been outside quite a bit. But anyways, let me go ahead and wrap this up and leave this here for you all. I hope you're enjoying Vlogmas so far. Sorry this one was more of a chatty video just because I feel like I was really good with the B-roll towards the beginning of the week, and as the end of the week got a little crazier, I was a little less so. So hopefully the vlog portion for next week's will be longer and the chatty portion will be shorter. So until then, I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Bye.